All right. So we are here on our weekly team meeting. We are talking through the new consultant experience. My guess is that this video that I am recording now will probably not stay relevant for too terribly long. I'm hoping that we have some great updates that add value from corporate. We're heading into leadership in a few weeks. So hopefully this will get even easier for everybody to get started. But I just kind of wanted to talk about what you should be telling your new consultants to do from the get-go to help them get started easily. So some do's and don'ts. And if anybody has any other thoughts, please hop on. I know some of you, Megan has a bunch of new consultants on her team. So, you know, she's probably been through some of these conversations more recently as well. So Jen has a couple of new consultants on her team. Hi, Miranda. Miranda has 150, 200 new consultants on her team. I don't know. So, so yeah, please, you know, help me walk me through this conversation with everybody, so we can talk about starting new consultants strong. So the first thing, Miranda will tell everybody that the first thing I told her to do before her kit arrived was take a selfie. Hi, oh, she's in the bath and she can't jump on Zoom. That's fine. Enjoy your bath. Don't drop your phone in the tub. And she said, yes, almost 200 now. So the first thing I told Miranda to do was take a selfie so she could show results right away. So make sure that as you bring new consultants on, before they even start with the skincare, tell them to take a selfie. We know the skincare results that people are seeing are amazing. So focus with them on buying at least the lifestyle kit, preferably the business builder, because they're going to get more products that they can try. Even if they're doing it as a wholesale, remind them that they can give that skincare set to like a friend or a daughter or, you know, whoever, or just set stuff aside for later, right? So Miranda said she tells all of her new people to do this, and customers too. Absolutely, with customers. So here's why you want to do it with your newest consultants and your customers. From a social media strategy standpoint, when your new consultants and your new customers see those results, you're going to ask them to share on their page that, hey, I'm using this amazing new skincare. Here's my face a week ago. Here's my face now, right? And you're going to see the difference in the before and afters. The before and afters that we're seeing are incredible with pre and probiotics, right? So you really want to start them. And then even with the customers, you can have them tag you. Hey, I started using this new skincare line. Here's what I looked like before, and here's what I look like now. And if they start sharing, first of all, those can be your new consultants, right? Like they're going to start seeing people saying, tell me what you use. Oh my goodness, what do you use? Right. And they're going to get excited about it and want to share too, want to be able to share. But also if they tag you in that post, you can follow up with people and put them into a party for that customer. So create the party for the customer, put their initial order into the party, their skincare purchase, then ask them to take a before picture, tag you in it, and say, so excited for these results. Can you believe how much more amazing look at my under eye bags, look at this, look at this, look at the tone, look at how my acne is clearing up. I don't have any more dry spots, you know, whatever they're dealing with, have them share and tag you, right? So it's a great way to start your new consultants and to start their new customers and your new customers. When you are starting a customer that way and they tag you, reach out to the people who comment with that customer so that the people who commented see it, right? So you really want to start that conversation together. So that's thing one. Thing two, please unless they are doing it because they want to grow super fast and they're creating their own ad tag message group, tell them not to create their own group. We are not allowed to boost posts or sponsor posts from our group. And so the likelihood of your new consultants having anybody see their posts if they create their own group are slim to none. The analytics from Facebook just aren't there. They're not favorable. Tell your new people to add their new people to the ad tag message group they're in. So it could be, you know, Welcome Wellness for Miranda's group. It could be, you know, Real Friends, Real Toxins, whatever that group is that your team is doing together, that's a results page or a testimonial page or whatever, that's where you want the people to go. You don't want them to create their own group because nobody's going to see it. So make sure they're on board with that. Yeah, it's definitely tough to get anyone to see their posts. Another thing you can do that Miranda's team has been really, really successful with is go live with your new consultant to help them share their story. Have them go live, bring you on, and you know, just talk through with them why Pure Haven is so fantastic. You know, really, really focus with them on helping them share their story. And so that's a really good thing to do with your new consultants. Another thing that you can do as they get started is make sure they know how to invite appropriately. You know, we want to make sure we're reaching out to people. We want to make sure we're inviting people. There's a video in our guides on how to do this well. So please review that video with them and show them how to do it. Work with your new consultants on tracking people. So make sure they are keeping track of who they're reaching out to and doing follow-ups with those folks. Also, make sure you're choosing a time to get your new people onto one of our Zooms. We have 6 Zooms a week. There's no reason to do a whole separate launch Zoom with that person. And here's why. Let's say Jen has a new consultant and Jen goes and launches that new person on a Zoom. The drawback to doing that is that Jen is not getting all of us. And that is really important for those third-party testimonials and making sure that they're seeing other people outside of their upline and that one person talking about the products and the company and the mission. They're hearing from several different people and hearing about why these products are great. And then they're asking questions at the end and people are chiming in and there's all kinds of sort of cross-pollination of ideas. And it just is really a great way to do it. I did someone's launch a few nights ago on one of the Zooms, and I mentioned that my son had a neurological disorder, and I talked about Liam and how he had Tourette's. And I've actually been going back and forth with one of the women who was on and helping her sort of go through some of the things that we went through that really helps my son. And so you never know what kind of connections are going to be made on those Zooms and how you can help people. So, you know, really focusing on signing up for one of those Zooms as one of the people who's going to give your testimonial is a great way to have your people get started. It helps them also share their story. You know, if I see that somebody is launching, so the other night, Brandy Harper was on, and Brandy, first of all, Brandy was before that having a really hard time, and Megan and Jen are both shaking their heads, and she was having a really hard time with inviting. Do one of you want to come off mute and just share a little bit more about that? Megan or Jen, can you share a little bit more about the homework I gave your group?
Fine. So we were talking about, she just kind of gave you the skinny. So we've decided our group was going to go for no. And we created 100 no's on a piece of paper, and we are still going because we have until 11 o'clock tomorrow to go for 100 no's. And Brandy literally hit it out of the park. First day she was at 50, and we were like, way to go. And she's like, yeah, and I got these yeses and these maybes, and next week is better. And you could tell it boosted her confidence. And it was just awesome to see that growth as her accountability training partners here. She did awesome. And I haven't had an update from her, so I'd be surprised if she did not hit 100. But she was at 86, I think, last time we checked in.
She's doing amazing with her nose, and she had a ton of people on. So it was just, it was great. So sometimes you just need to be told, go ask, and it's okay to get the no's. She had 14 people on her launch Zoom. So
and when you're going for the no's, because you're focusing on, okay, we're all going for 100 no's, she's not thinking about she's not in her head too much. Yeah, she's not in her head too much about, oh man, another no, great, I'm doing something wrong. She wasn't thinking that way. She was detached from the outcome and just kept going.
Yes. For sure. So that was amazing. So, focusing with your new people on that and maybe getting them started with, hey, so here's what we're going to do. Here's how you invite. And okay, you're going to try to get 100 no's.
I like that, actually.
Yeah.
It's like political campaign donations.
Right. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I mean, just, for those of you know, I'm a local politician. I've been raising money in politics since 2003 or 4. And, most people you ask don't donate, but it doesn't matter. What matters is some do, and that's all that matters, So I've always gotten enough. But I've often been surprised by the people I asked who did donate. Like sometimes out of the blue. I remember the first time I ran, I reached out to somebody and I asked for, whatever, and he gave me like more. I was like, oh, I had no idea because I didn't know what his interest was. I knew him, but I didn't know. You just never know. And none of the no's were ever rude. Yeah, maybe one or two, who cares? Most of them were fine. Even the guy I eventually beat, not that year, the guy I eventually beat was someone I asked for money. I didn't even know he was the other party. I just knew him from business. So he told me he was running that year. I was like, oh, okay. And he ran that year. He won. I lost, and I beat him the next time in a different race. So you just don't ask. Go ask. But ask the right way. Yeah.
Ask the right way is important. So, watch that invitation video and hopefully it'll help you ask the question. I think also just doing a brain dump first to get to know who you're asking is important, because sometimes we go and we don't think about, okay, who am I going to talk to? And that can be afraid if we're not even knowing who we're asking. Yeah. So Jen's doing the sniff.
Sorry.
We don't have to do that.
I thought I was muted.
I don't miss those days.
So yeah. No, it's not in the back office, Judy. It is in No Compromises, and it is in the guides. So, okay, so let's talk through some of that stuff for new consultants, just so they know where all of the things are. Let me pull up. Oh, I can't minimize Zoom when I'm recording. So if you go into No Compromises, and click on guides. Guides used to be units, and they've changed that. So it's now called guides. There's a whole onboarding section. So make sure that people go in there and watch those videos. And then the Zoom invites, if you go to media and albums, you're going to find the invitations for the weekly Zooms. I've also posted in the announcements the signups. So if you have a new consultant who would like to launch, make sure that they sign up. If you already know how to present, please sign. If you already know how to present and feel confident with that, and you have a new consultant, it would be great if you're the one presenting on the night that they are launching. That's really helpful. Am I sending those via project broadcast too? No, I haven't started doing that yet, Miranda. I need to. It's just, it's one of those things that's been in the pipeline. It's just we haven't quite gotten there yet. So yeah, we're working on that. Yeah, but they're in units so that they're easily accessible for people. So you can tag your new people in that, and that's a good way to do it. Guides, not units. Please make sure you're signing up for those slots on signup.com. Yeah, they might have gotten it they probably got it from No Compromise. I haven't been sending it out. So I think that kind of goes over the initial processes. So again, make sure your new people are not going and reinventing the wheel. There's no need for them to get started by creating their own group. Yes, we want them to open a party as well. So this is another thing that I've kind of been talking to corporate about, just in terms of simplifying the process about, like when somebody signs on and we tell them go open a party for yourself, but you can't put PC Club members into a party and what happened. So I'm kind of working through some of that stuff and talking to corporate about it, about simplifying that process for new consultants. But you want them to open a party for themselves. Any one-off orders go into the party. If they are signing on a new PC Club member, I would highly recommend talking to that PC Club member about, hey, I'm going to open a party for you and put your PC Club order into the party, and then you only need to get $50 more to get some free products. Who do you know that you may want to share? Who else do you know who may find value in these products? So that's a good way to sort of talk to new people about the idea of what you do with a new PC Club member, because we can't double dip and get those PC rewards in our own self-hosted party. And that's really confusing sometimes for new people. So you want to talk to them right away about getting customers and also signing on consultants and using the golden tickets right away, right? So that's the other thing too. All right, so any other questions or comments on starting new consultants?
I mean, I guess it would also be kind of good to know where they want to go with their business, right? So do you ask them a series of questions after they sign on, before they get their kit? Just, do you have like that kind of conversation?
So I think the best thing to say to them is, listen, you just paid this money for your kit. Are you interested in earning back the money you just paid for your kit by sharing with a few friends and family members? Like, some people they aren't really going to want to know until they actually share whether they really want to share or not. So I think just saying, would you like to earn back the money you just spent on your kit? And talk to them about the idea of, sharing on a Zoom and inviting people, and tell them, you can get $100 bonus when you first get started for something we call Fast Start. You don't need to get into the nitty gritty of how that works, because that can get overwhelming. And then focus on volume qualified ambassador right away to get them earning that $150 bonus. So explain to them that they can get a $100 bonus and a $150 bonus right off the bat for sharing with a few people. You know, I mean, if you get 2 business builders, that's 1,600 in downline sales. Right. So that's getting you awfully close. I mean, if you get 2 business builders and you have your 600 in personal sales that you need, that's 2,400, which is, you know, almost volume qualified ambassador. So yeah, Miranda said, keep it simple, keep it light and fun. Don't make it really like, oh, are you working? Brian keeps scrolling through his phone and playing music. And it's
No,
really
one of them was
annoying.
you, actually. It was you live.
You know,
So,
having those, you know, having that one launch also helps the new consultant to get accustomed to putting orders in too. So
Yeah.
that they're not like, you know, screens, you know, it's like, oh, now what do I do? You know, at least
Right.
if they have that launch and they have a few orders going through, then they can actually put the orders through and maybe close, and they won't, it'll be familiar to them too. That gets a
For
little
sure.
scary. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, that putting in those first few orders can be kind of scary and intimidating. Jen Barsamian's washing and she's laughing at Brian. So the only other thing I wanted to tell you guys before we go, I'm going to stop the recording unless there's any other thoughts on onboarding new consultants that we wanted to go over. Anybody have any other thoughts? All right, I'm going to stop the recording.